Welcome back to Championship Court. Our men's singles bronze medal match is getting set to get underway. Ryler DeHeart will be taking on Jack Foster. We saw Foster on an absolute heater earlier in the afternoon when he dispatched Max Manthau. Ran into a little bit more of a difficult situation against
Zane Ford. He was.
You were right.
Zane
it was
Ford.
Zane Ford.
Okay.
Thank you. It's been a long day.
It's all good.
Dispatch Zane Ford had a little trouble against Grayson Golden. Ryler DeHeart fell to Chris Hayworth in the other men's semifinal as Foster starts off with the forehand winner. Return error by DeHeart.
Well, and again, Foster's going to look to try and put the pressure on with the big serve here.
Oh, that's
inside out.
What was that against Golden?
Yeah, that was nice right there. A little inside out forehand, just
drops
it, almost drops it in the kitchen. It was so good.
An early 3-point lead for Foster. Did you see how much that serve moved?
Well, he goes right at the body, too, of Ryler DeHeart here. That was a serve with a purpose. Going right at DeHeart, jamming him up.
DeHeart able to get on the board, pulls that forehand cross court, and the forehand is the weapon for Ryler DeHeart. Foster pushes it just wide.
A little old school pickleball right there. Is a little cat and mouse up at the kitchen line for Foster and DeHeart.
That time Foster misses the backhand.
Foster's trying to go backhand right there because he just looked up at Andrew and told her to go.
Get out of here. Get out of here. You're in a gold medal match. Get out of here. I got to fight for my bronze here.
Foster's been trying to go at the DeHeart backhand a couple of times on those volleys. He doesn't need to be afraid of the forehand right there. You know, yeah, go one at the backhand, but once you've opened up the court, just create that angle.
Able to create the short return, but missed the next ball.
DeHeart's got something to say up to someone in the stands right now, as they said something the point before. He didn't appreciate it. That's too good right there from
Foster.
Yeah, it's too good right there from Foster. Again, it's tough to be under that kind of control. You almost want to punish that ball, but again, it's that placement over power. Good spot right there. Doesn't need to do too much with that.
That's a lot of times why you see the unforced errors on the finesse balls. As Foster goes back behind DeHeart, it's a 3-point lead.
Game of runs here, Dorian, as Foster jumped out to a 4-0 lead, and then DeHeart answered. Got it back within one, but now back with 3-point lead.
Oh, DeHeart kind of just jumped at that backhand. Foster sent it right into the body, and as DeHeart went to push out, the body came up. Just missed that one.
Another missed return.
On that point before, though, Chad, we've talked about Jack Foster working on that backhand, and that was a nice ball by him on the backhand to set up the forehand.
Ryler DeHeart calling a timeout as he finds himself trailing by 5 in the early stages here in game number 1 of our men's singles gold medal match. It is time for our Tervis hydration break as we welcome you back into the booth here on Championship Court at the Tennis and Pickleball Club of Newport Beach. And fellas, this one we expected to be, a battle of attrition. You have DeHeart's veteran play. He knows how to construct points, but you have the power of Foster that he's able to inject whenever he wants. What's going to have to give?
Well, it's both players have to find the backhand of each other right now. Both of their forehands are extremely good, so they got to find the backhands. Jack Foster really trying to get to that backhand side of DeHeart, and DeHeart trying to find the weaker side of Foster with the backhand, but he has been working on that. So it is really something that he has worked his game on, and he described that or explained that and displayed that 2 points ago. Oh.
There's the backhand from Foster. It's a winner down the line.
Yeah, typically we don't see the winners off of the backhand for Foster, but like we talked about earlier, it's something that he's continuing to work on. He's just not confident in it yet. It's not a
bad shot. I mean, that was money.
Exactly.
That cross-court backhand was money right there.
He's added shape, he's added power, but again, it just comes down to a confidence thing.
DeHeart misses the return. Chad, you work with Jack Foster a lot. And when you have a player that's constantly drilling a shot and trying to build that confidence, where's the tipping point where they're finally confident to use it and go after it as the backhand produces yet another winner in a match?
This right here, this is where you gain the confidence. You know, Foster has a pretty sizable lead right now, and we've seen him hit 3 backhands in a row. It just needs to get a couple in game situation, so then being like, okay, yeah, I can do it.
And like that last ball right there, he ran around the forehand. 13-4 lead, hit the backhand.
Yeah.
Hit it, right? Work on it right there. You got a nice sizable lead. Hit it right there. You've had 3 or 4 you hit really well.
Oh, great cut there from Foster to bring up game point.
And doesn't try to do too much with that volley. Just takes it nice and early, allows the paddle to create the angle.
Return sails long, and Foster takes game 1 in routine fashion, 15-5 over Ryler DeHeart. We'll be back with game 2 of our bronze medal match here at the APP Newport Beach Open.
When my hearing changed, Hearing Life understood. I don't just want to keep hearing my friends. I want to keep being me.
Book a complimentary hearing assessment with one of our hearing professionals and see how our personalized care can help you keep being you. Love your ears at Hearing Life.
At The Botanist, we always look further, seeing potential where others may not. We sustainably hand forage 22 Isla Botanicals to make a beautifully balanced gin, capturing the essence of our Scottish island home, consciously crafted by our community to be enjoyed by yours. Look further.
People play pickleball for exercise, competition, or to hang out with friends. What your reason is doesn't matter to Gamma. What matters is that you play, that you enjoy playing with passion, and you have so much fun you can't wait to play again. At Gamma, we offer paddles perfect for all levels, including yours, because pickleball is about you, the player, and what feels right. Pickleball is your game. Make Gamma your paddle. Play to live, live to play. Gamma Pickleball.
To be clear, Fulfill is a protein bar, not a candy bar. Don't let its creamy, chocolatey goodness confuse you, or the fact that you hide them from anyone with a sweet tooth.
You saw nothing.
I saw nothing.
Fulfill. We swear it's a protein bar.
Welcome back to Championship Court. Jack Foster up a game after he took the first, 15-5 against Ryler DeHeart, and pushes that forehand wide. And fellas, in between games, Foster came over towards the booth and he looked up at you and he said, "It's like playing myself." After this point develops. Nice cut there, but he said it's like playing himself. How are Foster and DeHeart's games so similar?
Both run around the forehand. They want to hit that run around the backhand to hit that forehand. They both grind. They're both never quit. Other than minus the high-level tennis background for Ryler DeHeart, and none for Jack Foster.
Well, yeah, and Foster happened to point out the age difference here as well.
He did.
I wasn't going to bring it up.
I was going to leave that alone. But Jack's the one who said, he goes, it's like looking at me.
It's like playing the older version of myself.
And he's so right.
Does that make it easier or more difficult to find potential weaknesses?
Well, a little bit easier because you know exactly how to play the person. Because you obviously know your own deficiencies, and it's been pointed out to you multiple times before.
By you, I'm sure.
I may have pointed it out a few dozen times, but
3-1 lead for DeHeart here early on in game number 2. Missed third.
But I remember, 2 years ago talking to Foster and being like, "Hey, we've got to develop a backhand." And he's like, "What do you want me to do? Come out and hit it in a game and lose?" And we're like, "Well, no, but
eventually it'll be a shot that you can win with."
Whereas, as a player develops and matures a little bit, now he's like, "Hey, I really need to add that backhand to my game."
It's like adding tools to the toolbox, right?
Yeah.
You constantly got to add. If you're not adding, then you're stagnant. And if you're stagnant in your game, people figure that out.
Back corner pocket winner for Foster.
Yeah, nice little forehand roll here as DeHeart almost thinks this ball is going to go long, but Foster has so much topspin on it.
Oh, just rolls it over. Foster trying to go inside out with that forehand roll, hits the top of the ball, and you see that wrist turnover.
Just wide. And to revisit the conversation about the similarities for just one more second, if their games are so similar, where does DeHeart need to start focusing on where he can exploit Foster in the second game?
Backhand side.
That helps.
Yeah, the backhand side. The issue is DeHeart being lefty, he starts going to the backhand side of Foster. He's going to get backhands back as well. Mm-hmm. So it's a little tricky with the righty-lefty combination of like, hey, I want to hit all forehands, but if I go at the backhand of my opponent, I'm going to get a backhand back. So that's kind of taking me away from my strength.
Trading a couple of service errors here. It's DeHeart with the 1-point lead, 6-5. Oh, one-handed backhand rip from DeHeart.
Yeah, it's a great one-handed backhand there from Ryler DeHeart as he finally gets one of those. He usually jabs at that. That one he kind of rolled cross-court and made that ball dip. Nice ball there from DeHeart.
Forehand winner down the line. That was a thing of beauty.
Well, and right there, Foster double-ups going down the line to the forehand of DeHeart, where we saw earlier he was taking that ball, angling it cross-court, getting DeHeart to try to hit it on the run.
Another missed serve. Keeps Foster within 2. We've seen a couple of missed serves here in this game. What's been the reason for that?
There's a little lapse in concentration. One, you're going for a bigger serve, so everything kind of has to be really dialed in. Or two, you just little lapse in concentration. You hit. Oh,
how did he keep his balance?
That's unreal.
Also, why are we seeing everything in stereo as DeHeart gets the point?
Yeah, Foster questioning if DeHeart didn't fall in the kitchen.
Pushed it wide down line. A timeout taken here from Foster.
Yeah, immediately called from Foster. As he senses DeHeart with a little bit of a run here, going to try and slow that down just enough.
What's the biggest difference that you all have noticed here in the second game?
Well, DeHart's playing much cleaner this game. He doesn't have as many unforced errors. He's making clean balls. He's keeping that ball in play. That backhand was really nice that he rolled cross-court nice and hard. So I'm going to look for him to continue that here, continue to put that pressure on Foster. And again, too, I'd like to see DeHeart, if he can, if his feet are set, instead of trying to grip and rip, roll the ball. Get that ball down to the feet of Jack Foster and see what he can do from there.
Yeah, I also think, Foster hasn't put as much pressure on DeHeart here. And potentially it's like, hey, I won the first one 15-4. And he came out not as aggressive, not the tempo and the intensity wasn't as high, and now he's kind of like, I have to play catch up. Yeah, I have to play catch up a little bit. And then when you press and you try to do too much, then the errors creep in. Oh, he hit an out ball, but he still made it.
Hit the out ball, swinging volley off the net cord, got the point. Thought it ticks all the boxes. 4-point lead for DeHeart here in game number 2 after Foster cruised to a 15-4 game number 1 win. Oh, good hustle from DeHeart with the lob.
Wow. That's an impressive lob. Full sprint from Ryler to Hart as he just lobs that ball up and over Jack Foster. There's really nothing he can do. If he tried to dink that right there, he was going to eat it.
Now, good
that
lead
time
there.
DeHeart put it long. And Foster taking a little extra time. Eight 12. Oh, good reach.
Oh,
Scarecrow.
jumped up.
DeHeart showing off the wingspan a couple of times in the middle of that point. Missed return.
Yeah, a big serve there from DeHeart going right into the body of Foster. He gets jammed up on that forehand.
Game point. Passing shot, forehand winner for DeHeart. We will go the distance in our men's singles bronze medal match. Don't go anywhere. Plenty more here from the Tennis and Pickleball Club at Newport Beach.
When my hearing changed, hearing life understood. I don't just want to keep hearing my friends. I want to keep being me.
Book a complimentary hearing assessment with one of our hearing professionals and see how our personalized care can help you keep being you. Love your ears at Hearing Life.
In this city, flavor is a way of life. And every dish is a work of art. La Victoria, inspired by LA flavor since 1917.
Winner take all, game 3 on deck here in our men's singles bronze medal match between Jack Foster and Ryler DeHeart. Foster took game 1 15-5, while DeHeart took game 2 15-8. It will be DeHeart to serve first.
Yeah, nice job right there of Jack Foster recognizing DeHeart trying to come up off of his drive. And DeHeart was trying to cut that angle off and go to the middle. And Foster just goes to the vacated area where it was coming from.
Pushes it just wide, DeHeart.
Well, already Foster's coming out, being a little bit more aggressive. Really good first backhand punch volley, then a big forehand with some shape there.
Misses the third.
And that's a situation where I think he goes with the backhand and rolls it. He couldn't get around the forehand enough.
A little love off of the tape for DeHeart.
I mean, and the fact that that ball clips the tape, DeHart's apologizing as the ball's in the air. Foster's putting his hands and head up in the air going, I have no chance to get this.
Well, that time off of the court sails long. Well, we've seen a lot of points feature the net court here this afternoon.
That Max Manthau, John Cangelosi match, wow. Let cord like every point.
Oh, how did he keep it in? Oh, what a point from DeHeart.
Wow.
How good was that?
Well, it's tough here. Foster tries to get this ball out of the air right there, and he was almost off balance.
It's high on the backhand side. I think that's a situation where he got around it on the backhand. You just get around it on the forehand. That is 100%. That's a high ball. Get around it on the forehand side and hit it overhead.
He just couldn't. So in that case, I'd almost rather let him bounce and then turn and rip it forehand.
Nice put away there for Foster.
Well, good answer from DeHeart to tie it up at 3. Now Foster taking a 1-point lead.
Oh, pushed it.
Great defense from DeHeart, and Foster visibly frustrated on the far side of the net.
Well, had to make him hit one more ball each time, and DeHeart does a good job up at the kitchen line playing good defense.
Goes back to the grinder mentality of both of these players.
Yeah, that's a big serve there from DeHeart. Doesn't go hard, but goes middle. So you saw the awkward return there from Foster.
That took away the potential angles on the return.
Oh, stab.
Backhand from DeHeart.
Well, the stab backhand, right? There's nothing on it. It's flat. It's just a stab, hard push.
Pulled it cross court. Foster had a lane, couldn't make it. And DeHeart has opened up a 3-point lead.
And you're seeing some frustration from Foster right now. Just got to let it go. On to the next point.
Good pickup.
Nice.
A smart
ball.
decision there from Foster.
As he hit it, too, you hear DeHeart go, oh, nice ball.
Yep.
It's like, I'm not getting that.
Yeah.
What'd you say earlier? Sometimes you just got to tip your cap.
Yeah.
That's a situation where you get more experience in life. You're like, yeah, I'm going to hurt myself.
So you're looking at that going, that's my Achilles?
Yeah. Either that or I'm going to have to dive for it, and I'm going to leave skin on the court. So.
Oh, Foster going for the big forehand point for DeHeart into the end change.
Like diving for a ball into the fence?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're talking about?
On a foul ball that's already out. Yeah.
Okay.
Listen,
I'm just checking.
At least I put forth some effort.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Oh, you did. You did.
Chad put a ton of effort. He pulled a hammy, too.
I wasn't talking about him.
I didn't say I didn't put effort in.
I was looking at you.
He put effort in. I was playing with a broken hand. I pulled my hamstring and my hip flexor.
I'm cool as the other side of the pillow at shortstop.
Yeah.
Like, don't even worry about it.
He was the smart one.
That's a first.
I know. He's like, oh, that's more than 2 steps away from me? I'm not getting that.
No.
Except for the one that our producer, John
that
Graff,
stole
from him.
Stole from me. He stole my ball in the hole.
The one time Dominic Catalano was willing to move out of his shortstop hole.
I was gonna show off the cannon, and Graff steps right in front of me.
I'll have to wait till next year.
You should be thanking Graff because you would have
blown
blown every muscle in your shoulder.
Well, a 3-point lead here for Ryler DeHeart in game number 3.
Now Foster still visibly frustrated, throws the towel down right in front of us. How does he reel it back in?
It's a difficult situation, but here at the end change, you literally just have to say, you know what, flush it. I've got to come out, and that's a good start right there with a good aggressive return down the line. You just have to come out and say, hey, I'm going to play with high intensity. I'm going to play smart. I'm going to put pressure on. And as always, it's so much easier said than done when you've already got some frustration that's built up.
Oh, great cut.
DeHeart cutting such a huge angle right there, and then almost again falling in the kitchen, but doesn't.
And I'm pretty sure I heard him say sorry, like as that ball was landing.
Well, he edge guarded it, right, on the block.
I don't know, maybe it's just me. I don't apologize for winners. Oh, there's a big rip from DeHeart off the forehand side. It's a 4-point lead. Hey, guys, how has this one seemingly gotten away from Foster a little bit?
Well, right now, DeHeart's just playing more composed than Foster is. He's staying within, kind of his strength, and that is a controlled forehand. He's doubling up in spots.
I ran around the backhand there, dropped the forehand in the net.
I want to see a huge serve here from Jack Foster.
Yeah.
Right? Give me a big, aggressive serve. Put DeHeart on his heels right here, and then come in and attack this third. If you put him on your heels, he's going to return a ball in the midcourt, right? Then come in and attack this. Play that aggressive. Flip the script on him, because right now Ryler DeHeart's taking control, and he's playing fast with pace. I want to see Jack Foster flip that and bring it right back to him.
Ball was long.
Big
Another
serve.
point for Foster off of the big serve.
Right, and DeHeart trying to keep that ball deep, but it's hard to control a really tough, heavy serve.
Another big serve, missed return, and Foster back within 2.
Well, and this is a situation where you either go big and you go with the serve, or you put yourself in a situation where you can't put pressure on anyway because you're just trying to put the serve in.
Foster misses the 5th. That was a good cut slice from DeHeart to get back on serve. DeHeart trying to go down line, catches the net, and keeps Foster within 2.
Trying to hit that jab backhand down the line is DeHeart. I think it was a lot closer than Foster had anticipated. It was deep, but I think he thought it was going to be about a foot deep. It ended up being about an inch deep.
So Foster within 1 after a flurry of missed returns.
Oh, he was
Got
all on
big
it.
at the line. He was in the right spot.
Well, and that was a bait ball there from Foster. He floated it right there, knowing that DeHeart was going to speed it up, sitting all on it, but just got a little too close with the face.
13-11.
Yeah, and that is where I would go. If I was Foster right now, I would be going hard at the back end. But even here, you see how wide DeHeart is? Rip a serve down the middle.
That's a huge point right here. Now, this point right here, the importance of this point at 13-13, one of them is going to have ball in hand with match on their paddle, right? And so, again, this is huge here coming out of this timeout after from DeHeart.
4 missed returns from Ryler DeHeart after the end change have made all the difference, and it's because that big serving of Foster, which you said was the one thing he had to do coming out of the end change.
Yeah, you have to. You got to go for it. You can't play passive. The last thing you want to do is sit back here and go, I should have done this. I should have went harder. Even if I'm down, I should have, went for my serve, or I should have ripped that forehand. Don't have any should-haves. Have it laid out and go, hey, if I miss it, I miss it. At least I know I went for it. And that's exactly what Foster's doing right now.
If you're going to go down swinging.
Right.
Oftentimes that mentality is what pays dividends. Your opponent may get a little tight as well. And we are knotted up at 13 here in Game 3 of our men's bronze medal match. Ooh. Wide open court. Point Foster, and it is a match point. Foster, inside out forehand, takes the bronze medal in 3 games over Ryler DeHeart after trailing by as many as 3. We have one more match here at the Tennis and Pickleball Club at Newport Beach. Stay with us. Our women's singles bronze medal match is next.